Hey guys, welcome back to Consoling Means. Sorry if my lighting's a little weird. I have my window open over there. It's just, I don't know why. I just have my window open and I didn't feel like closing it. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Thursday night matchup that happened yesterday between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. As per usual, we have my notes right here. I've got all the stats you could possibly want for the game, and I'm gonna go down, talk about some of them, talk about what I thought happened in the game, and talk about what this, could potentially, like what this could mean for the future of these two franchises. We'll go ahead and talk about things. So, if you didn't know, the Eagles had a comeback win against the Giants, 22-21. The Giants are actually up 21-10 with only 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Eagles come all the way back, scored 2 touchdowns with they went for 2 two-point conversions and failed both of them. So it kind of looked like the end of last week. I guess they converted 2, but still, they also missed 2. But really, the Eagles, they managed to come back. So now the Eagles are 2-4-1, and currently, as long as, they will be at least until, I was going to say they're going to be 2-4-1 for this week, but if Dallas wins against Washington, which is a pretty good chance that they will, then they will be second. But as of right now, at this very moment that I'm recording this, the Eagles are 2-4-1 and the number 1 team in the NFC East. Meanwhile, the Giants lost. They are 1-6 and have dropped down to dead last in the NFC East, below Washington and the Cowboys. And so the Giants really didn't look too well. I know they got 3 touchdowns, but when you look at it, their first touchdown was a long pass. And I know explosive plays are, they look good. Like on stat sheets and stuff. But when you actually are watching the game, their offense wasn't really getting much going. They had one big play, and that was it in the first half, really. Their offense couldn't get anything going. Their defense was kind of keeping them afloat there. There was 10-7 at the half, so really their offense wasn't helping them out that much. They went in the second half, and obviously you saw that big run by Daniel Jones where he tripped, which, when you think about it, he did just run 80 yards. He probably, he has the right to trip, but still, he got really close there. They scored a touchdown. The fourth quarter, that touchdown, though, I think that was a pretty good touchdown there. That was probably their best drive that they had the whole game. That last touchdown they had in the fourth quarter was definitely their best drive, so I'll give them that. But other than that, I don't think the Giants played very well. I don't think they deserved to lose the game. The Eagles, they played pretty well in my opinion. They were getting left behind. They kept on, getting really close, but then something would happen. I think they missed a field goal at one point. Jake Elliott, he missed a field goal. And then they had a fumble, I'm pretty sure, through an interception. There was a lot of fumbling in this game. I think there were like 3 or 4 fumbles total, which I know that's not a lot, but really for an NFL game, that's more than most. Passing, both quarterbacks didn't. In my opinion, I think Carson Wentz did worse than Daniel Jones. However, he did have a lot more attempts. I'll tell you, Carson Wentz had 25 completions for 43 attempts. Daniel Jones had 20 completions for 30 attempts. Carson Wentz had 359 yards. So, I'm going to take that back, actually. I think Carson Wentz had a better game. They both had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Wentz with the 91.1 quarterback rating and Jones with a 91.9 quarterback rating. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to look down here because I can't, I know you guys can't see this, but I can't memorize all this. I like to just write down the stats and do my reaction as quick as possible, which I guess right now it took me until 3 because I have school and stuff. Sorry, I keep on looking over there. My cat's scratching out my door wanting to leave. Don't worry, I'll let it right after this, but... Sorry, him. So the Giants lost, the Eagles won. And in my opinion, I think it's better for the Giants because I think this might push them out of contention. Well, it's not going to push them out of contention. At the worst, they're going to be 2 games out, and at the best, they're going to be 1.5. Which is, it's just, a 1-6 team should be nowhere near. No, it should never, ever be anywhere near the top of their division, but that's where we are right now in the NFC East. It's a complete and total just mess right there. I think the 3 teams that don't win that division are going to have top 10 draft picks, and the winner is going to end up with obviously a top 14 because that's where all the that's where all the playoff teams go. Sorry. But and the Eagles, I think that seriously, I think the Eagles are the one team in the NFC East that don't really need to tank. I think, the Cowboys, looking at this defense, even before they lost Dak, their defense wasn't putting up very much. Their offensive line, you saw that a lot in the way Ezekiel Elliott wasn't doing too well. They really needed to tank. Well, they didn't need to tank, but they really needed a lot of help on that offensive line and defense. So really, I think it might be a good. It's not a good thing. It's okay. It's not a good thing that Dak Prescott got hurt, obviously, but I think in the future, if they take this offseason, they build up their defense, if they get a couple good offensive linemen, maybe from free agency or something, I think they could look back and say, all right, now we're better off in week 1 of this year than we were in week 1 of last year. We can come out, win a bunch of games, and not be the laughingstock of the league. Washington, obviously, I mean, that whole offense is just terrible. Their safeties really are some of the worst in the league with Landon Collins, and I already forgot who the other one is. Their cornerback, so they just need to keep Terry McLaurin. They need to keep Chase Young, that whole defensive line, and Kendall Fuller really is what Washington needs to do. And the Giants, as we just saw, they're really nothing without, what's his name? I just forgot his name. Saquon Barkley. I forgot Saquon Barkley's name. What's wrong with me? But I mean, we're now seeing that they're kind of nothing without him. Obviously, I mean, they kept the close with the Eagles, but I think the Eagles are the only team where, yes, they need help. I think that right now they have a quarterback that they trust. They have a defense that is okay. They really have an okay team, and I think they're definitely by far the best team in the NFC East. I think they're the one team that kind of deserves to win this division. They're nowhere near good, but they're also nowhere near as bad as the other 3. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like football, go ahead and subscribe, like the video. We do this kind of stuff every single day. We do power rankings. We do predictions. We do, obviously, you're seeing a Thursday night recap. We do Monday night because we do weekly recaps. I'm a Washington fan. I sit down and I just react to how badly Washington lost that week. So if you want to see, a Washington fan just rant about how bad the Washington football team is, this is the channel for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this whole video. In my description, you'll find links to all my socials, and I hope to see you in the next one. In fact, I know I will. Or else.